So hi people, I'm going to talk about what kids miss out at school. See, we keep hearing, oh, the card can be used at schools for all the school stuff, but that's not true. There's a lot of schools that cannot take the card. Alright, we've already got kids that have missed out on school excursions because the card couldn't be used at school, right, and other things that come up. So, we've got parents where the kids are missing out, and the kids are starting to come home and say, are we poor? Right, why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? Kids are being bullied if their parents are being seen to be using the card, etc. You know what I mean? So, another exclusion from a school fundraising, event. So, school fundraising books and board games, second-hand sale event. It's just been confirmed, no FPOS. Once again, this lady's children are missing out. I'm so over it. My children love reading, and this would have been the perfect opportunity to buy a whole stack of cheap books for them now. And I can't, because you can't use the card. See, excluding kids from the fundraising events, right, where they can get cheap books and stuff like that. It's wrong. But use your cash component. 20% cannot cover everything that Indue refuses to cover. Right? It can't cover everything. You can't cram. How can we get this across to people? The 20% of a New Start payment is around about $112 a fortnight. You know what I mean? Even if people are, parents, and they're getting, say, $300 a fortnight in cash for their 20% with their money for their kids, depending on how many kids they've got, right, that money is having to be hoarded to catch up on bloody rents, to make sure the 28-day rent cap doesn't knuckle you under with rent, right? Parents are being forced into lots of hard decisions here where kids are missing out. Social events, community events, school events, all the things that kids, need to, the reason why our Social Security was set up in the first place, and once upon a time, 25 years ago, it did accommodate a little bit of extra money so you could take part in community and your kids could do things at school without people being noticed that you were poor. Now it's being wound right back. It's disgusting. I mean, why should this person's children have to miss out? But they're missing out. How many other kids are missing out on an event that's, books and board games from the school? It's a second-hand sale event. And it's been confirmed that the school's having it. This is Kawungan State Primary School in Harvey Bay. But the kids can't participate. Again. Right? But this, so this lady was pushing, and it took 3 days of her commenting on posts to finally get an answer about whether or not FPOS would be available. And they only answered because I stated in my comment that it got the attention of other parents. Why do these parents have to beg the school to find out, will he take the card? Why won't they take the card? They'll take the card for school fees or brand new $50 jumpers for school uniforms, but they won't take the card for second-hand uniforms. Alright? And there's a lot of things that schools just pop up with, and you expect it to have cash on the day. And they don't take FPOS. School photos comes to mind. How many kids are going to be missing out on the school photos? Because the card is not a credit card, so you can't put that down on the paperwork, and you can't send the cash in the envelope. Alright? Some people would argue, but you can still do the scholastic book buy, which you can do, but this is a chance for kids to be able to buy heaps of second-hand books from the school, kids' books, cheap, but they're denied access because mum's on the card and doesn't have the cash. It's a cash-only event, excluding the kids from that school from being able to partake, because parents are on the card and parents are hanging on to their cash components to try and keep their bills in order. Not on. Ridiculous, isn't it? But it's getting... There's so many problems with this card, it's just getting beyond a joke. Please keep sharing these videos. Keep getting the news out there. This is what Hervey Bay, Bundaberg communities, Kalgoorlie and the Goldfields, Ceduna and Kununurra regions are all going through. The other regions have been going through it for up to 4 years. You know what I mean? And it's the kids that miss out, and the parents go through the stress and the heartache of not being able to do a damn thing about it. So let's make sure our voices are heard. And we want raise the rate, scrap the card. Simple as that. Nothing more. People need enough to live on. Stop blaming people for not having enough to live on. Right? Stop blaming them and saying you can't manage your money, you need to go on a card. That's a load of crap. Give people enough money to live on. You'll be surprised the difference in our economy and the difference in how many kids are suffering out there. You know what I mean? But the card's not going to help. And it's not helping, it's just causing more heartache, more exclusion, and more problems for kids at our schools. And more bullying. So go check out the No Cashless Welfare Debit Card national page, which is just No Cashless Welfare Debit Card Australia page, where you can see the memes as well of what I've been putting up with what parents are going through. And of course, you know, check in with the Say No 7 page as well. We're both putting out quite a lot of stuff. We share all of our stuff, but Say No 7's articles, the way she writes stuff is really good too. Go and share all that information and tell the world. Because this has to stop. We can't allow it to expand. No worries. See you guys.